In the next 10 minutes, you'll learn things your mind will beg you to forget. But it won't succeed, because once you know them, they crawl under your skin like whispers that refuse to die. 10 minutes. That's all it takes to ruin the little lies you've been telling yourself just to survive. 10 minutes to expose the cracks you thought no one could see. 10 minutes to show you how fragile your world really is. But don't worry, it's just 10 minutes, right? What's the worst that could happen? The first thing you'll learn is that your mind isn't yours. Not fully. You think you're in control of your thoughts, but you're not. They show up uninvited, scatter when you need them most, and replay when you beg them to stop. Ever notice how your brain loves to repeat the most embarrassing thing you've ever done? Over and over. Like a cruel friend, reminding you of your lowest moment, just in case you were feeling a little too happy. That's not protection. That's sabotage. And here's the haunting part. Your brain doesn't care about your happiness. It cares about survival, which means every fear, every regret, every failure, it keeps them close. Like weapons, just in case it needs to use them against you. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. But the brain doesn't stop at replaying the past. It also invents the future. Endless scenarios. Conversations that never happened. Arguments you'll never win. Your mind drags you into wars you fight alone, in silence, while nothing in reality has even changed. And you call it overthinking, as if that soft word makes it harmless. But it isn't harmless. It's torture. You become the prisoner, the warden, and the executioner, all in your own head. This is the part that will haunt you, because now you'll realize how many hours of your life you've already lost to battles you fought only against yourself. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. 10 minutes. That's all it takes for the mask to slip. You believe you know people. You believe the smiles, the handshakes, the promises. But people aren't who they are. They're who they pretend to be when you're watching. Strip away convenience, strip away comfort, and you'll see it. The selfishness, the cruelty. The way someone who claimed to love you will step right over you if it means saving themselves. Funny, isn't it? How much faith we put in masks, and how shocked we act when they fall. But here's what's worse. You wear masks too. You're not just the victim, you're also the actor. Every time you said, "I'm fine," when you weren't. Every time you smiled, when you wanted to scream. Every time you hid who you were, just to be acceptable. And maybe you thought it worked. But the haunting truth is this. If they only love the mask, then they never loved you. This is the part that will haunt you. Because now you'll start to wonder, every laugh you've ever shared, every compliment you've ever received, was it real or just another mask? And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let's make it worse. You live in a reality you don't understand. No one does. We float on a rock in infinite blackness, with rules we didn't write, in bodies we don't control, waiting for an end we can't avoid. And yet, we get up every morning pretending that emails, bills, and traffic jams matter. Isn't it hilarious, the absurdity of it all? You stress over deadlines when the universe itself doesn't even know why it exists. You obsess over how people see you, when you're just another animal, waiting for the same fate as the rest, dust. And here's the darker part. You'll spend your entire life distracting yourself from this truth. You'll scroll, you'll drink, you'll laugh, you'll run in circles. Anything to avoid the silence that reminds you of how fragile and absurd it all really is. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. But don't worry, we're not done yet. You still have a few minutes left to learn something even darker. Regret. The most patient predator you'll ever meet. Regret doesn't strike fast. It waits. It waits for silence. It waits for the moment you're finally alone. Then it slithers in, whispering about the chances you didn't take, the people you pushed away, the hours you wasted convincing yourself you had more time. And the cruelest part? It's always right. Time doesn't stop. And every day, you lose something you'll never get back. Childhood, friendships, opportunities, pieces of yourself. Tick, tick, tock. 10 minutes is enough to remind you of that. This is the part that will haunt you. Because from now on, every clock you hear won't sound like time passing. It'll sound like time running out. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. But time isn't your only enemy. Memory is worse. You think memory is a record, a storage of who you were. But it isn't. Memory lies. It erases details, adds false ones, reshapes events to protect your ego, or punish you when it wants. Your childhood? Half of it never happened the way you think it did. That fight you swear you remember clearly? Ask the other person, and their version will shred yours to pieces. So who are you? Really, if your past is just a faulty recording on a loop, then what does that make you? This is the part that will haunt you. Because now you'll wonder how much of yourself is even real, or if you're just a story your brain keeps rewriting. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. You think you have 10 minutes, but you don't. Not really, because you've already wasted some just listening. That's the real joke, isn't it? You're spending the one thing you can't ever get back, time, on a video that's busy reminding you how little you actually have. Maybe that's why you clicked. Deep down, you wanted the truth, even if it hurts. Because some part of you knows the comfortable lies are killing you slower than the truth would. But here's the final thing you'll learn. The most haunting part of all. Nothing changes. You'll finish this video. You'll nod. You'll think. Maybe even panic a little. And then you'll go back to your scrolling, your routines, your safe little distractions. You'll bury the truth, because it's easier that way. Until tonight, when the lights are off, when no one's around, when it's just you and your thoughts. That's when it'll return. The things you tried to ignore. The truths you tried to run from. The whisper that says, "You already knew this, but you pretended you didn't." And once you see it, you can't unsee it. So what have you learned in these 10 minutes? That your mind is a traitor. That people wear masks. That reality itself makes no sense. That regret is waiting. That memory is a liar. And that no matter how fast you run, time is always faster. Comforting, isn't it? 10 minutes isn't long, but it's long enough to haunt you. Long enough to show you that the scariest monsters aren't out there, they're in here. In your head. In your choices. in your silence. You came here for 10 minutes, but the truth you found here is going to follow you into every other minute of your life.